The Joys of Civilization is a main story mission of Red Dead Redemption 2, and we are playing through every mission in order as part of our RDR mission series. So let's start the mission. As chapter 4 begins, Arthur Morgan and the gang find themselves in Saint Denis, a city vastly different from the untamed wilderness they are used to. The streets are alive with activity. Horse-drawn carriages move through cobblestone roads. Street vendors called out passerby, and well-dressed citizens stroll past in stark contrast to the outlaws lurking in the shadows. The main object is clear: find Angelo Bronte. The powerful crime boss holds influence over Saint Denis, and Dutch believes he may be key to their survival. With no clear leads, the gang must start gathering information. The first step takes Arthur to a saloon to the eastern side of town, its location marked on his map. The closer he gets, the more overwhelming the city feels. Unlike the open plains and small settlements he used to, Saint Denis is dense, crowded, and full of unfamiliar faces. As Arthur approaches the entrance of the saloon, tension suddenly spikes. A cold pressure against the back of his head stops him in his tracks, but before he can reach for his weapon, the situation shifts. It is not an ambush, just Dutch. Always want to keep things dramatic.
So, here we are in a strange land of papists and rapists. America's very own Gomorrah.
This cities all look the same to me. So, how you get on?
I've been asking around about Mr. Bronte, and from what I've heard, this establishment is our best lead, but I haven't had any joy in there so far.
So, I should just give it a shot?
I think so. Just keep it cool.
You know me?
I'll meet you back here anon.
The moment passes and Arthur steps into the saloon, now fully aware that Saint Denis will demand a new kind of caution. The hunt for Bronte is just beginning. But in a city like this, danger could be waiting around any corner. Arthur steps into the saloon, immediately noticing the difference from the rougher bar he is used to. The air is thick with cigar smoke, and well-dressed patrons sip expensive drinks under the warm glow of chandeliers. Approaching the bar, he orders a whiskey, sliding over $1, 4 times the usual price.
Hello?
I'm sorry. Please excuse me. I seem to have some very impatient customers. Now, how can I help? You look like a whiskey man.
Sure.
The bartender pours the drink with a neutral expression, but the moment Arthur mentions Anglo Bronte, his demeanor shifts. His hand pauses, his gaze flickers around the room, and his voice drops to a whisper.
Thank you.
So, mister, can I ask you a question? You ever hear of a fella by the name of Bronte?
Who's asking?
Me. I'm asking.
No.
He doesn't answer directly, only wants Arthur to leave it alone. The name Bronte carries weight in Saint Denis. Too much weight. Arthur finishes his drink, already knowing this won't be as simple as asking around. Disgruntled, Arthur downs his overpriced whiskey and turns to leave. But before he can take a step, a strange man blocks his path. His clothes are worn, his eyes sharp with suspicion and something else. He leans in slightly, speaking just loud enough to be heard over the hum of the conversation. He claims to know about the Anglo Bronte and makes it clear that he despises him. There is a bitterness in his voice, a personal grudge hidden beneath his words. He does not elaborate but gives Arthur a lead. Behind the saloon, a group of street kids might have the information he is looking for. Without another word, the man disappears into the crowd, leaving Arthur with little choice but to follow the trail. Arthur steps out of the saloon, the weight of the city pressing in around him. The streets of Saint Denis are a maze, but he follows the man's direction, turning right, then another quick right into a narrow alley. The noise of the main road fades behind him, replaced by the distant clatter of footsteps and muffled voices. As he reaches the back of the saloon, a group of ragged street kids emerges from the shadows. They size him up with practiced ease, eyes sharp with mischief and opportunity. One of them, bolder than the rest, steps forward and offers information, but there is a catch. They demand $5 in exchange for leading him to Bronte. It's a steep price for a handful of words, but in Saint Denis, everything comes at a cost.
Live, New York?
I'm an entrepreneur. If you don't want to pay, then I don't want to walk.
That's a bad bread. Here. Come on.
this away. Let's go, mister. You coming, Cleet? Stay close. Easy to get lost around here. Come on, then. You new to the city, mister?
Pretty much.
Don't worry. No one knows it as good as me and Cleet.
Is that right?
Hope you won't need his services, but you got the doctor on the corner there. Nice enough, fella. That's Baird and Schreiber on the right there. Famous bookstore. Not that I'm much of a reader myself. Now over here's a real piece of art. That's the Church of the Holy Blessed Virgin, mister. Modeled on the famous church in Toulouse, which is in France. You been to Toulouse, mister?
No.
We're Catholics here, mister. Ain't Baptist or nothing.
Arthur follows the kids through the winding streets until they stop near a towering church. The boy, eager to stretch out the moment, starts rambling, dropping hints about Bronte, the city, and life on the streets. But as he talks, Arthur senses movement behind him. Before he can react, a smaller kid darts in, snatching his sachet and sprinting away. Arthur curses and takes off after him, weaving through the bustling streets of Saint Denis. The thief is fast, slipping between pedestrians and knocking over crates as he dashes ahead. Arthur instinctively reaches to whistle for his horse, only to realize in the chaos of the city he's somehow forgotten how. The situation worsens when the kid leaps onto a moving cable car, riding it further into the heart of the city. With no horse and no easy way to catch up, Arthur has no choice but to keep running, hoping to close the gap before the boy vanishes for good. Arthur pushes forward, dodging through the busy streets as the thief rides the cable car deeper into the Saint Denis.
Get back here! Bastard got off.
Damn street trash.
When the boy finally jumps off, he vanishes into a narrow alleyway, forcing Arthur to slow down and search. The alley is cluttered with the crates, barrels, and old laundry lines. Plenty of places for a small kid to hide.
Hey, you see a kid about 14 years old run through here?
Moving toward the southeast side of the search area, Arthur spots him. The boy bolts again and the chase continues.
Better stop right now! Hey! Moron!
Bye, mister. Oh, you'll be fine. Don't you have pigs to feed?
You give that back!
I'll spend it on something nice, mister, I promise.
You better stop right now!
This ain't how good folks are supposed to act.
You all right back there, old man?
This is your last warning, boy!
Careful.
They weave through the streets until the kid dashes into a crowded marketplace. The air is thick with the smell of fresh produce and cooking food, merchants shouting over one another as they haggle with customers. Arthur scans the area quickly, heading southwest through the market, determined not to let the boy slip away. Arthur stays on the thief's heel, weaving through the dense market crowd as the boy ducks and dodges between stalls. Just when it seems like he's closing in, the kid slips into another alley behind the market, disappearing into the shadows. Arthur follows without hesitation, only to realize too late that he's walked straight into a trap. Before he can react, a group of street kids surround him, emerging from behind crates and doorways. They move fast, swarming him from all sides, shoving and grabbing at his pockets. It is not a fight, it's a coordinated ambush, and Arthur, despite all his experience, suddenly finds himself outnumbered by a gang of children.
Come on!
After a brief struggle, Arthur finds himself at the mercy of the street kids, who, despite their size, have proven to be more than capable hustlers. But instead of taking everything, they hand back his belongings and surprisingly offer the information he was after.
Mr. Bronte, he's got fine hair. He got a beautiful house.
They reveal that Angelo Bronte knows about the gang's presence in Saint Denis and he isn't pleased. Word travels fast in the city, and Dutch's relentless questioning has already drawn unwanted attention. If they want to meet Bronte, it won't be on their
Nobody
terms.
disrespected. Bunch of muddy Yankees in town asking questions. Well, you and your friend should pay him a visit, mister. He's got a big house on Flavian Street opposite the park.
Hey, yokel.
Now, get out of here.
With no other choice, Arthur takes the new intel and makes his way back to Dutch. The mission is complete, but the real challenge, dealing with Anglo Bronte, has only just begun.
Won't inquire anymore.
But I found Mr. Bronte. Seems to be some Italian Mr. Big in town. Everybody knows him, but nobody wants to talk about him. Apparently lives in a big house on Flavian Street opposite the park.
Good work.
So what now?
We go pay him a visit. I'll get John, you meet us there. Whatever it takes, we need to get that boy back.
And that wraps up the joys of civilization. Arthur may have found the lead on Anglo Bronte, but things are only getting more complicated in Saint Denis. Up next is Anglo Bronte, a man of honor, where we finally come face to face with the city's powerful crime boss. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the next mission.